Okay, we are recording.
1 + 1 don't equal 3. We haven't gone to mass yet.
Correct.
Do you know that we'll all be wearing red today
I don't
for
have any
Palm
red.
Sunday? You're going to figure it out. You have red.
I don't have any red.
We
I have a
go
red
to
flannel shirt. I'll
Divine
wear my red
Child
flannel shirt.
High School and grade school. You have 9 million articles of red clothing.
No, most of mine is black. I have a red hoodie. If I can wear a DC hoodie.
With dress pants? Sure. Hi.
Good morning.
We're wearing red because today's Palm Sunday.
It is Palm Sunday.
We don't have to belabor the point, but I did tell all my students that I have a love-hate relationship with the Palm Sunday because I'm not mature enough to handle the palms.
We talked about this last week.
Yeah, but I told my students. Sometimes I tell my students things that are over their heads. Like I can see they're confused and I don't take the time to explain it. But at the same time, I feel like this keeps them on their toes.
What does that mean?
Like I just said, like the palm thing. I'm like, oh, it's too hard for me because of blessed things. I can't handle blessed things. They're just looking at me confused because it's a random statement of fact that I'm sharing in the middle of a class and then I keep it moving.
Oh, you're the person that just says random things with no context.
100%.
And they're like, what is she talking about?
And the really, 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 really intelligent kids can't handle it. I will tell you that much. Do you want to hear a conundrum? Did I tell you my conundrum?
Nope.
I find this fascinating. The highest level of kids, some of them are not getting 100% in my class, and they are shocked and horrified by that reality. They're getting fine grades. They have, like, let's say low A's, but they're like, that's not what I do. I don't get low A's. I get 100%. Your class is dumb and too hard, and you test weirdly.
We talked about this.
I don't think we did. I think I just talked to you about it.
No, I mean, yes, you said that's not a new conundrum.
I don't think no, but it happened again on Friday.
So you need to specify that. I thought you meant like in general.
No, but so we had a test on Friday. My class average is an 87%. But I have a couple of kids that are like, this test is intrinsically unfair because they have not received 100%. Mind you, very average kids like myself, C's get degrees kids, are doing fine, right? Class average on a test. I feel like you're not listening to me when you're playing on your phone and I'm talking to you.
No, I'm looking at the
like I feel like we're not having a conversation when you're staring at your phone. You. Great. So again, 87% class average. Let's say my grades for the semester, I would say 75% have an A. Like there is no problem with the rigor of my class. But I think what's happened, and I actually said it to someone's face on Friday, I think what's happened is some of the smarty pants kids, because they take so many smarty pants classes, are like, theology is my blow off class.
Correct. I would say in general, in school, there are some classes that have been identified as like the blow off classes.
But I think the kids that are
I think they think that theology is like, it should be easy, right? Like I go to church every Sunday. We're Catholic.
Okay. But
I should just get an A.
My point is that the kids that are not smarty pants understand they have to work hard in every class. Do you know what I mean? Like, so they're continuing to work hard and getting B's and A's. But these kids are like, how dare you?
Well, I'm sure they're like,
how dare you?
Like, there should be these easy classes, which I had in high school. There's these easy classes, and they should put all their effort towards the hard classes. And the easy classes should just be like a layup.
Like, why
should all my classes be difficult? Like some should be easy, and I can focus on the hard stuff.
Straight face had multiple kids tell me too this year that theology should be easy, so that I don't affect the faith negatively of kids in the building. And I laughed loudly. As though theology is not an academic pursuit. But
well, I think yeah, because I think theology can go many different realms.
Sure. Well, I think they're used to like Jesus is loving and love others.
Like
and,
when did Jesus die?
And so now having to do like Thomas Aquinas' definition for morality is a little more than they anticipated.
Well, of course, at a Catholic school, you would think that there's a little more rigor and a seriousness of.
One would think. Well, and there is, but I do think that there has been a shift in that in the last 5 years. Like, so I think it's even confusing to some parents and things like that. But anyways, I'm confident with the classes that I have. But then again, I throw in random stories halfway through the day too. That doesn't help the smart kids because the smart kids are already like, why the heck am I not getting 100%? And then they're like, why is she telling me about the palms that she throws in the garbage? But everything has intention because what I'm doing when I talk about the palms, my friend, and I think you know this about me. My old coworker, John Breyer, understood this about me. Everything is with intention. I'm never telling stories just for like the heck of things. No, I'm dead serious. So not everything, most things. So like when I'm talking about you, for instance, I've told you this before. I talk about you in my classroom. Part of the reason I talk about you in my classroom is twofold. Number one, there's good men in the world and kids need to understand that. Also, I think there's an evangelism play for the fact that you're an African American because people think that there couldn't possibly be Black Catholics. These are the things that I do on purpose in my classroom. So when I'm talking about the poems in my classroom, the whole reason I'm talking about the poems in my classroom is to make kids aware that if you take poems on Sunday, this is a blessed item that you need to take care of. And you shouldn't take blessed items casually into your households.
You should then put that in the test. So that kids could care.
They should.
Like, as your credit, what's the one thing Mrs. Wilkerson does not like to bring home?
Yeah, that's true. Mr. Vitale does that all the time.
You should. My teaching partner, pay attention.
My teaching partner throws in extra credit questions.
I would do that. Then they actually should care. The problem is you just throwing random things that are not on the test. So that why should I care about this if it's not going to be on the test? Well,
sometimes we have to care about things that aren't.
This is not a late night TV show where you're like find little anecdotes
and humor,
or morning drive show.
I love our class. I'm upset about something that I want to talk carefully about because it is becoming abundantly obvious to me that people listen to this podcast that are involved in my professional life. But I will say one thing.
Say it.
I have been in the world's worst classroom this semester. And I'm leaving the world's worst classroom.
You mean the actual physical classroom, not just like a group of students?
No.
You got to
like I'm in the cafeteria immediately after lunch.
Yes.
I can't describe what my life
you're
is
in the
like.
you're in the cafeteria.
Right. So now we're getting a cafeteria renovation. So now I am once again in 3 different classrooms for 5 different classes. Prep hour in a different space, and I'm annoyed. So that's all I'll say about that. Right. I don't think it's anybody's fault, but I don't like the system. And I long for a school that provides for me a classroom. That's all I will say.
Well, the challenge is that Divine Child is not a large high school space-wise.
No, what the truth is, we've talked about it before, and this is
a lot of
stuff. The school used to have way more kids than it does now, and the building was fine. Classes were bigger, so there were like 30 kids to a class. There weren't a kabillion electives. Now that we have a kabillion electives.
That's what I'm saying.
And then the third thing is we've taken out an entire hallway for the instructional support program, which I appreciate. Like we allow students of different
for the same space, you've added on more classrooms, did things like that.
But it does seem to heavily weigh on like 3 or 4 people in the building, and that is what annoys me.
Yeah, but you're the new girl.
I know. So this is what we do to the new people.
That's what happens. This is your hazing. Okay,
I understand.
You got to move around. Yeah, you don't have seniority. You don't have tenure.
I don't love it.
Just because you're old doesn't mean that you actually.
Got some thoughts. Oh, but I will tell you, there are plenty of new people that have their own classrooms. So that is all I will say about that.
Well, maybe you need to be nicer to people.
They're in different academic
They're in real academic, not theology, okay? Theology is a blow-off class.
Theology.
You need to stop taking yourself so serious, okay?
Theology and gym. We have the rotating classrooms. I'm just kidding. There are definitely other teachers, but it is a pain.
You need to stop taking yourself so serious, okay?
And to be very clear, it is nobody's fault. Our building is used very well, but it's just frustrating. So,
and you're already the school's landlocked. You can't really
and I feel differently.
Unless you add more floors.
I think there are certain classrooms that should be in study classrooms, and I will advocate for that. I can't advocate for it currently because it's affecting me, and when you advocate for something that affects you, it appears to be selfish. But I will tell you, theology classrooms are dependent on environment. Environment enhances a theology classroom. There are certain disciplines where environment does not matter at all, and certainly doesn't matter as significantly.
Why don't you have theology class in the chapel?
Well, this is the thing, like sacred space and things like visuals, these are all important in theology. And so it is a little frustrating. But
have theology in the main church.
That is not all I will say because I said a lot. And it's nobody's fault. But it's sometimes things don't have to be somebody's fault and can still be wildly frustrating. But I am glad to be leaving the space where my students would come in and there's like ketchup and I'm constantly stepping on tater tots and it smells like actual butt because it's teenage BO mixed with cafeteria smell. That's what I've had since January 5th, 6th, and 7th hour.
And and also you got, I'm sure the cookies and the
no, it's just I can't even tell you what it's been.
What's the thing your son drinks? The sun time.
The country time. Well, and the other piece is that, of course, I have some kids that are they have different diagnoses that make smells, taste, sounds, and they like literally can't handle the classroom. So it's good that we're moving.
Wow.
So anyway, that's where I'm at.
That's
today.
A lot.
It's been a lot.
That's a lot on a Palm Sunday.
Great thing for the first year teacher, #hazing. Anyways, it's fine. I'm adaptable. Let's keep it moving.
Keep moving. Anything of note this past week?
Nope. Nothing I'm going to talk about on this podcast.
I mean, there was the sports bank we went to. I was there. We gave out a lot of awards. It was my first winter sports banquet in a long time because you've gone previous years. But since I was a coach, I had to go. The girls were nice. I got a card. So the girls on my team signed the card, including your daughter, which was kind. So that was cute. So, food, awards, banquet. So
great. Next topic. What else went down this week?
I feel like something else happened this week. Oh, there was some of the church restructuring stuff that I went to on Monday. There's a lot of things that can't be shared. What?
TDLR, to London, TLDR, TLDR.
TRL.
We're closing a bunch of parishes.
We'll see. There's a major restructuring going on.
I like her. Like, there's things I can't talk about, as though it's like a secret. Like, there's like 40 people in this meeting. There's no secret.
Everyone knows there's a major.
If you in the know, then you in the know, and
there's
I
major restructuring going on in the church.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a lot of dynamics at play. I would say, we're at the first time where there are more buildings. There are priests. We have a huge priest shortage. Like, I think in the next 10 years, like almost about half of our priests are going to be retirement age. I mean, a lot of them are already at retirement age.
Mm-hmm.
So next thing year, a lot of them are going to be just dying off, and we just don't have enough to replace them. We have too many buildings, and a lot of decisions has to be made. So coming up in April, there are going to be these parish listening sessions. So if you're a key parish leader, you've probably seen some of the models, but obviously if you're not, then there's a lot of sessions going to be happening at parishes to describe it.
I have so many things to say, but
a lot of emotions, there's some interesting dynamics going on. I think you have a group who just the Archbishop also said this, like, you have a group that's of the ilk of just make decisions, get this done quick and move on. There's another group where it's like, hey, we need to move slow. There's emotions behind this. So you kind of have these different things at play, right? So July, I think the deadline is by, I think, July of next year. So July 2027, like, all this stuff's happening. I think by April 18th, they're announcing April 18th of next year, they're going to be announcing like a lot of the models in terms of who's going to stay open, they're going to stop having mass certain buildings, and then July is going to happen. So this is all moving. So I think a lot of people are excited. So it's very different than Together in Faith, Family Parishes, Changing Lives Together, Sent on Mission. So it's not a fundraiser. So in the past, like, a lot of these things were just like trying to raise money, but this is strictly we need to close buildings, and we're going to be much more prescriptive. In the past, it was hey, everyone can decide. Like, we're going to group you guys together and you guys decide. But now it's like, okay, we're going to make decisions. We're going to reassign pastors, and this is going to happen. So things are moving. There's some things I've seen that make sense, some things that don't make sense. A lot of dynamics going on right now. I was in some meetings. I think some people would like to. The challenge is we have to make decisions and we have to do things, right? So some people are like, well, why don't we do this and why don't we do that? And it's like, yeah, but like, we have to make decisions, and also we don't have enough priests, because in some situations you have priests already like going from building to building. They're like, you're going to wear these guys out. Like, we already have a priest issue with shortage. So if you're trying to make priests hop around from building to building just to keep a parish open, it's like that's just going to stress out priests, and like these are guys too. So a lot of things going on.
I think the quicker we close them all, the better. I know that's not a popular opinion. I also think that the people that are going to be really upset, because there will be people that are really upset. My challenge sometimes is that the people that are really upset, and I'm going to say something that's hyperbolic. The people that are really upset are the people that killed our faith. So, like, in terms of regenerating themselves. And so, like, the bottom line is you didn't fill the pews, and it's not all the church's fault. It's not all the diocese's fault. It's not all the priest's fault. Like, we always want to blame people. Like, it is the people that were in the pews that did not take seriously the call from Vatican II to evangelize. And so there is nobody in the pews anymore. And the bottom line is, and this is what drives me nuts. And again, this could get me in trouble. I know I already said it's hyperbole, but like if you are between the ages, I'm not even going to name the ages.
I'll say it.
No, I'll just say if you are of an older generation and you want to keep your parish open that has 150 families and is a huge building, I would challenge you to say, where are your kids and grandkids? Where are the people in your neighborhood? Why aren't they sitting in these pews? And I'm not saying it's all their fault. Let me be very clear, but there is some fault that lies with the people that were sitting in the pews. And so that's where I get so frustrated and I do lose compassion. Like, we're not closing these parishes if we have vocations and if the parishes are bursting at the seams. By parishes, we are not closing these buildings if we have vocations and the buildings are busting at the seams. They are empty. That is why we're closing them. Well, and the fault of that does not just rest with priests in the archdiocese. It rests with the people that were sitting in those pews.
I'll say 3 points.
And I understand culture, let me just say, also impacted it.
I'll make 3 points. So I had 2, and then you just brought up 1.
Sorry.
I think what you're describing is there's a concept called like extreme ownership of when things happen, you have to look at yourself and say like, yes, right. A lot of things what happens is like, right. Especially at the diocesan level, say, well, people aren't Catholic, people don't go to church anymore. So then you kind of easily just kind of have this apathetic, like, well, this is just people being people, but they have to ask the question around like, well, yes, but like, how do we help that? What did we do? What was our role in that?
Contribute?
What is our responsibility in that which has happened? Because
and that question should be asked at a diocesan and priesthood level as well. I'm saying.
My point is everyone is culpable, right? Yeah. So I think parishioners can easily like, well, no one shows up anymore. It's like, to your point, like, but what did we do to evangelize within our internal families, our friend groups, our peer groups, to kind of help the cause at a ground level? In our parishes, how do we make this parish welcoming towards families? Like I would say from the session I went to at Divine Child, and I even said this on Monday at the larger group, I said, 90+% of the people there were, I would say, 55 years of age or older. Like the youngest guy
older than 55, honey. We're talking between 70 and up.
No. But there was some mid to late. I'm just saying like the vast majority of people are of the baby boomer and like very close to the edge, like very older Gen X, like baby boomer age, which is like mid 55. Most of those kids in there, people in there had like grandkids. Yeah. So, and the youngest people was me and someone else who are both in our young 40s. Right. And like, we're not like, even I'm not.
That's what I'm saying. You're not young
Catholic anymore.
Were there 20-year-olds there? Were there 25-year-olds there? Were there people, young families there? Like,
and then when I brought that, so I say that's the first problem, is that like the generation you're trying to prepare this for is not there. And I don't know if they weren't invited. I don't know if they don't feel connected to it, but I think that's a problem. I even brought that to the meeting, and then someone that goes, well, it's up to the parishes to have to invite people. And it's like, true, but I don't know. I think it's, I think we're going to close a lot, but I don't know in 20 years if we're going to come right back here and still have to close more, because I don't know if we have I don't know if we have a strategy of how do we change this? Right. Yes, we can close a lot of buildings, which I think is stopping the bleeding, but I don't know. Like the whole thought is like to have this church ready for our children, but it's
what is the dynamic? Yeah, it's really hard. And I do want to say something, because I did say something, which I say bold things, like when I say that this particular generation did not regenerate themselves when it comes to their children and grandchildren. Like I say that understanding it's complex. Like I look at our own kids, and we talk about this extensively. But we talk about this extensively. Like I have no idea if our kids are going to worship when they're older. And I'm sure it will be a huge heartbreak, and I'll question what I did wrong. And so I'm not trying to like add guilt to that generation, but I do think, I don't know, like I have so many thoughts on this and how to keep your kids linked into the faith. But like, I think we got so loosey-goosey with what it means to love that like we're afraid to tell kids. And
that's what I'm saying. I meet so many people, when I tell people that I'm Catholic, I meet so many people who are, I was raised Catholic, I used to be Catholic, I used to go to church. So there is a lost generation, I would say, of between you, like, I would say under 50 crowd whose parents were part of the generation, like the baby boomers who were part of the generation that built all these churches and built these all like the 200 plus we have. I think it's their kids who are us and people around our age that are the lost generation of just don't practice anymore. Yeah. So we built we built the church for our parents' generation, but now our generation is not. Yeah, they're not attending. Right, they're not going. And I think, like, cause I said, I post a lot of stuff on LinkedIn. I get people telling me that they like it, but yeah, I think it's so. Yeah, I think we're riding the ship. I think we're reflecting what the modern church looks like.
But, and I think for us, like one thing that my peers, parents that identified as quote unquote Catholic, but none of them worship anymore. And even the families I've worked with in ministry, like for us, right now, what I see is an ingredient that I hope, or like the ingredients that'll help keep our kids to the faith is we don't miss Mass on Sunday. We go to reconciliation every 6 weeks. We pray the rosary 3 or 4 times a week together. I'm sorry, 3 to 4 times a month together as a family. Like these are habits that are not they're not compromisable in our family. And I do think those were habits that fell away. Like we go to Mass when we can. Reconciliation is something we don't even think about, right? So kids aren't actually receiving that grace that's necessary. Yeah. And then family prayer. Those 3 things. And again, I don't think there's any guarantees, but I will say my friends'
how do you
parents,
set yourself up for success?
My friends' parents growing up, who the families that called themselves Catholic, right, did not do any of those things. They would send their kids to CCD, but that's about it, right?
Yeah, and they went to Catholic school, and the school
or the Catholic, the whole Catholic school thing. Get me started on that. Right.
The school was supposed to keep them Catholic,
right? And then the school didn't, and now it's
and then they missed.
So I mean, I think it's complicated. I think I refuse to say there is no, like. There's some people that are like, there's nothing we can do about it, and families just don't worship anymore. And I do think there's formulas, and not that foolproof, because as we talked about, our kids are going to have to make their own decisions. Some of them might leave, but like the mass exodus of people from the Catholic Church is great, and the abuse.
We overly lean into Christian service as if like that is all we're called to do. Right. And I say that because at the meeting I was at, there was some people at a particular parish who very much kept reminding people, well, we have this ministry at our building. We have this ministry at our building. And if you close our building, where are these ministries going to go? And it's like, I get you have these ministries, but also guys don't have a lot of people there. There's no people there, right?
There's like 10 people running the ministry.
Or another church that recently, that closed many years ago, we were close to. Like they used to always bring up the stuff that they're doing.
Yeah, yeah.
But no one's there though. Right. So I think it's like Christian service is great.
It's a part of it.
But that's a part of it. Right. It's not the whole story.
It's significant. I mean, it's not insignificant, but
it's supposed to be it's supposed to be the overflowing of like, oh, our cup is so full.
But the only thing that makes Catholicism this institution of church that has worked as a living, breathing institution for over 2,000 years is the Eucharist and sacramental grace. That is the bottom line. That's what separates us. That's why it's still going 2,000 years later. It's the grace, right, of the sacraments. And I do think sacramental theology fell apart post-Vatican II for whatever reason. And so grace was not being accessed that was necessary for conversion and ongoing conversion. And now we're in this cluster. But hopefully we can redo it. We can,
Well, I think to make it tactical for our audience, I think the biggest things we can do is invitation, inviting people. Yep. I plan to do that today, just to do a post on LinkedIn about, it's Palm Sunday, renting Holy Week. So the biggest thing you do is say, hey, like, I know that a lot of you may not have been to Mass or church in a long time, but this is a great week to go. Like Holy Thursday, Good Friday, Easter Sunday. Like, hey, I know you haven't gone in a while, but maybe you should consider going to church.
And
this
let's
week.
Talk good news that you're like, you don't think it's worth analyzing. I think it's completely worth analyzing that this is the biggest year in like decades in terms of people coming into the church. So there is something happening in the spirit root of like people coming back. Like every diocese is reporting record numbers, right, of people becoming Catholic through OCIA in their diocese. So like, and I see it on social media and things like that. So there is good news. But the good news, if I'm coming back to the church, I don't want to worship at an empty church, which is why these buildings need to close.
Right, because we don't have a history. Like a lot of the people we know, they have a tie to that building, right? So I think that's a lot of the pushback is, no, my kids got their sacraments here. My parents were married here. Like, you have this tie to this building. But young people like us, I mean, we don't have like a connection to a specific building. They've been to many different places. Yeah. So, yeah. Sorry, I did a quick pause. Yeah. So I think for our listening audience, I mean, if you're listening to this, like right now we're on Palm Sunday, but we have a couple of days. I would say think about how you can send an invitation out either through social media, through email, through text messages, just to invite people and say, hey, it could be a long time since you've been to church. This is a good week to go to church.
Right.
Of all the times to go, this is a good one. Because that, I mean, we can't change what's happened in the past. A lot of us are younger, so we weren't around when some of these things happened. But I think all we can do is just keep on encouraging. And to your point, I do think there is a large amount of movement in the church in terms of people joining. My point was just sometimes I think people are trying to figure out like what people are doing, but sometimes it could just be fruits of the Spirit, where it's just the Spirit's moving in people's hearts, and there's no program, it's no thing that we're doing. It's just this is the time that people's hearts are moving, and that could just be the answer. I think people say, well, is it Hallow app? Is it this program or that program? It's
but that's where you and I differ. I actually think those things have contributed massively.
Or there's people who falsely attribute things to that, and they can't, so they try to double down into that. And then when like next year there is not as much, like, well, what happened? Because we thought this. So
I don't know. It's exciting. Okay, so that was this week. You had that meeting. We talked a long time about it.
A lot of church dynamics.
A lot of church dynamics at play. I'm excited for the Triduum. Our boys are going to serve Thursday and Friday.
They're very excited.
Which will be good. Yes, they'll have their trainings, and then they'll serve those 2 masses. And then at 8:00 p.m., we will jump on an aeroplane and fly to Orlando,
Florida.
The packing has begun. It's very exciting.
You keep buying things that we quote unquote need.
Things. I recognize that I need to buy a couple more things that I'll talk to you about later, because you keep saying we're done now, right?
Yeah, I mean, if we needed to leave today, I feel like we have more than enough things that are required to leave.
Do you know what I think was a great purchase for this trip? Is that small little speaker that I'm looking at right now. So I got a small speaker to be able to use on the beach and on our balcony. Like a small JLB speaker. I think that's the best thing I did.
It's JBL.
JBL. I also bought 3 books.
Yes.
I started one. I love it.
Went to the bookstore and you got books.
Yeah, your heart can't handle that. Your heart cannot handle when they ring up these books and you hand $80 to the cash register.
Books are not cheap.
I know. And I know that there's a library. I know it. But there's something about holding your own book, dog-earing it, loving it.
And you never look at it again. See that? I can see if you made notes and like come back to it, but you just throw it away. Like,
no, I put them in little libraries as long as they don't have.
Yes, you keep it with a huge stack of books that you never read again that we end up having to donate.
It is hard to find the right type of books because I've had to stop so many because of explicit sex.
And you were big into historical fiction a year ago. You were like into World War II.
Well, I got saturated. Fiction. I did it too much. I needed a break from historical fiction. So like now I'm reading some.
Were all in your mind.
Yeah. So I was very descriptive on Facebook for recommendations. And the reason I was so descriptive, people were like, whoa, that's a lot. But a lot of times, especially people that are involved in the church world will suggest these books that are so stupid. Like it's like the cheesiest romances or love stories or sci-fi. And I'm like, I just want like a good old fashioned intriguing story of like love. I love to read about wealth. So the book I'm reading right now is about a fancy home in Nantucket. You can imagine. New England, man. New England. When are you taking me there for a vacay? Like I really want to go to like the Hamptons or Nantucket or Martha's Vineyard. I want to go there for a trip.
Not anytime soon.
No, because we're thinking next year. We're thinking Rome and
But you've already started the book now. They're supposed to be books for vacation. You've already started the books now.
Yeah,
so
but
I thought the whole point was to read them all.
It is, but what I was going to do is read because I only wanted to bring 2. But then this one's got me. It's got me. I'm in. I'm hook, line, sinker. I'm not. I might get it done before Thursday. This one is called. This was recommended by a teacher at Divine Child, The 5-Star Weekend by Elin Hildebrand. Good stuff. So
right.
Yeah. So we bought stuff for the vacation. I've got some suitcases packed. I think we're getting there. We bought a new suitcase, which you were horrified by. Our suitcase literally has a tear in it. Like there's holes in it. And you're like, let's still use it. And I'm like, or we'll get one without holes.
We don't use them that often. I feel like it was like a tiny.
Are you excited to go to Disney?
Tiny.
Disney cruise? Like, do you feel like you've reached the mountaintop?
No, it's a busy week, and it's.
Did you just say no?
What? Not yet. It's
we're only doing this cruise for you, you weirdo.
That's a lie, and I can't wait.
For you to just respond no when I say, "Are you excited?" It makes me want to punch you in the brain.
No, I meant not yet. Like it's because it's a busy week. I have to get through Monday through Thursday.
Okay. No, but let me be clear. I am excited to go on this cruise because I love the ocean. I love cruises. I would never be choosing to spend this amount of money on a Disney cruise.
Okay, you are
so no fake. World where I'm making that choice.
Can you please tell the listeners about how you have completely done a 180 change? First, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this Disney cruise.
Listen, I'm excited.
Now you're like watching videos. You're like telling me all these interesting things that you're finding out.
I am excited to go on vacation. I am excited to be on a balcony overlooking the ocean. Like I am excited for fancy. I love me some fancy. There is no world where I am choosing to spend this amount of money on this vacation. This is you.
Oh, no, I will not. No, I will disagree with that.
Bae,
you are so excited to go on this Disney cruise. It's not.
You don't think I would have chosen something else for the budget?
Like what? Going to Ocean Isle again?
I love Ocean Isle. No, the Hamptons. The Hamptons on the ocean. We could be in a home. Guys, we could be in an Airbnb on the ocean in
doing
the Hamptons.
Nothing. Just
next
there,
to Bethany Frankel for the price that I'm paying.
No.
To go on this cruise.
No, you're being fake right now. You are very excited.
I am not.
You watched lots of videos.
I'm
about
wildly
this
excited,
cruise.
But I would not have chosen this. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, but you choose like things where you just sit there for a week, just staring at the exact same ocean all week long.
No,
which we have to do in July.
Europe. I know. I'm so excited. All right.
So we'll be leaving Friday night.
Yes, leaving Friday night, getting to Orlando at like 11, getting to the resort at like 12.
Yeah, most likely we will not be
rope dropping Epcot.
No, we probably will not be recording. We'll record on the.
No, we're not going
to.
We're not, guys. We're not.
We're not going to be recording.
We're not recording a podcast on this trip.
You're
going to miss us.
We reported
1 week.
We recorded a podcast last year during the.
We didn't
the
any other vacation. That was the one.
Yes, we did. We just started the podcast a year ago.
Oh, I'm Lord Kissy. No, we're 2 years.
2 years ago, but yeah, we'll do a special recording at some point on the boat, recapping the activity. I'm sure something will happen of interest during the next week that is worth recapping.
So we'll do Epcot on Saturday. We got some fast passes to do the fun rides. Sunday,
Easter, we'll spend kind of Disney Springs.
You're actually bothering me. You did this for your mom, and your mom and I have talked before about the importance of us going to Mass on Sunday. It's altered family plans before. And I love that you keep talking about Easter Sunday and Disney Springs and not first acknowledging that we are going to go to Mass.
Of course we are. That's
like,
what I was saying,
crazy.
Though.
No, you just said like, we're going to do Disney Springs. No, we're going to go to church and celebrate Easter as a family.
But that's a given though.
We're going to go to brunch. And then we're going to go to Disney Springs. Like, you're like forgetting that it's Easter Sunday.
But of course we are. That goes without saying, though.
You're like forgetting it's Easter Sunday, the resurrection of our Lord. You're like,
did I mention that we're going to?
All I'm doing is going to Disney Springs.
No, I'm being gaslit.
Granny, we're also going to Mass.
I'm being gaslit because I legit just said I talk about like inviting people to church this week of all weeks. So now I'm being gaslit for you to act like I don't care about going to church on Sunday.
So
that is craziness.
Then we're driving. Your mom said it's a really.
We're not doing over operations, but like yes, we're going to. Of course, we're going to church on Sunday on Easter Sunday.
Your mom said it's a really long drive from Orlando to Fort Lauderdale. She said it's a very annoying drive.
Yeah, we'll see.
I don't think I care.
We have nothing else to go. We have nothing else to do.
So we leave Disney Springs at like 4 and drive to Fort Lauderdale.
I don't know. Whenever. It's like whenever we're ready to go.
And then we have it's probably a bed bug infested hotel because you got it. That one was so gross in Miami. Can you admit the one in Miami was disgusting that we stayed in? Like, I don't understand. You guys, and I understand my entitlement here. So I want to preface that.
There's
I have become.
There's an Instagram. There's a reel.
Yeah.
About like people who are like, no, I just need a place to sleep at.
Right.
And then the people who are like, no, that's not.
And let me tell you, in the last 5 years, I have shifted dramatically. I actually think when the shift came, if I'm being honest, is we have a close family member that experienced bed bugs in their home. We got lice And then after getting lice, my kids got lice at school. After getting lice, we did find some type of bug in our bed, and it was not bed bugs, thank God. But since then, like, I want the bougiest of bougie hotels. Like, I am skeeved out.
Miami was just a small room.
No, it was disgusting.
It
was disgusting.
It was a very tiny
Guys,
room.
it was disgusting. It wasn't a motel.
We were there for like all of a couple hours.
But and then the one that we stayed in last before we went on Wonder of the Seas was gross. Like, you're like into gross cruise hotels instead of nice hotels. And like,
that's because we have too many kids.
And
we have to get 2 rooms.
I understand.
So I can't get your level of bouginess for 2 rooms for one night.
Speaking to the people, like, this is entitlement. This is probably sinful what I'm saying, but I don't want to sleep anymore in skeevy places.
They're not skeevy. These are like 3.5 star, 4-star places.
I'm pretty sure you got us another skeevy place in Fort Lauderdale, and I just am trying to mentally prepare.
Luckily, we'll not be there that long.
We will sleep overnight, and then we will get up and go get stuff from the store, and then go on to the cruise ship, which is going to be great.
On next Monday.
On Monday. And then I got a 5-day pass to the day spa, which I'm very
that you already
about.
Booked.
Right.
For some reason, because you think it's going to sell out.
It could. And so
you already got that.
This is like an adults only space that has like a ice room and a sauna room and a steam room.
That sounds boring.
And multiple jacuzzis and heated seats. And that's where I plan on spending every moment that the children are not in daycare, which sucks because you won't get one. So we will not be together on this cruise. It was nice meeting you.
That premise just doesn't appeal.
Will you think about it though?
No, I will not think about it, Sam. I am. I will not on a boat. I will not with a goat.
Not even a day pass.
Eggs and ham.
Not even a day pass one day.
No, that'd be like a waste of money. I would just sit there.
And then
we did that last year. Remember, we talked about that last year when we went on the Carnival cruise and they had that whatever that room was. One day. But I don't. Since you just sleep, like all it is like you sleep with steam in your face. Like it's just like this crappy music
spot. It smells
and like
so good.
this like a lavender, like lavender scent. And you just sit there and sleep.
I love it. The other thing that is going to be fun is that we do, and this I am excited about. This is my preference in life. They have a private part of an island called Lookout Key, Lighthouse Lookout something. And I did watch a video on this place, and I mean the water. It is.
I've watched like nothing. I have no. Maybe
I know you're very weird.
Maybe Thursday or Friday.
Yeah, you're zero prepared.
Maybe
I looked
Friday.
At this place, this beach. They have like beach chairs because the thing that Disney does different, right? Is like this is going to be next level. I understand that. Like,
so which is why I'm saying when you act like you don't care about this cruise, you're like, I would never do this. I mean,
the water looks so beautiful. My plan is to get a beach chair
because what's interesting to us is about cruises. We don't necessarily care about the ports because people always ask, where are you going?
I'm not even getting off on.
And I'm like, I don't know. It's just a boat. We just float around. So I think it's getting off in Nassau. I think it's Nassau.
You said you're going to get off in Nassau. I am disappointed that you wouldn't let me do an excursion. Now, understand, we've spent a lot of money on this. Stop laughing. I want to say something.
I think that people have to laugh at you when you.
I think some of the people
tell them
will
things that I won't
this.
quote unquote let you do.
I think the people might. I think the people might understand this.
Describe to them how much like these excursions cost per person too.
Well, like the Atlantis one would have been like $150
per person.
Yeah.
Well, how many of us are there?
There's 7. Listen, we're not doing it, but what I wanted to say to the people is there's this resort called Atlantis. Many people have heard of it, and it's like there's like a water slide that goes over sharks or whatever. I mean, since I was a little kid, there's like videos of this place, and I wanted to go there, and you were a hard no. So I'm not even getting off at Nassau. I'm staying on the boat.
Isn't it Pig Island we're going near?
No? Yeah, there's something. I don't even understand that. People go swimming with pigs. That is disgusting. In what world am I paying money to be in the ocean with pigs crawling around me? Like, what is this?
They get up to you. You can feed them. You
who would want to do that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, never. I am like skeeved out thinking about standing in water while swimming pigs are around me. What is that? No, thank you. And most excursions I don't care about. I just would have liked to go to this resort, Atlantis, but alas.
Yes, alas.
Alas, we will not go there.
No, it'll be good. Yeah, I mean, it's only one. It's a 5-night, so we get there Monday, we get out, we get back Saturday.
Yeah.
There's one port at, I think, Nassau.
Yeah.
Which I'll get off and just walk around and go back on. Then it's the lookout point or whatever that thing's called.
Yeah, and then another sea day. It'll be relaxing. It'll be good. I'm looking forward to the family time too. It'll be nice. It'll be good. And then we get back. And what's nice is you get back and it's April 13th. And that means summer is a coming. And I am a teacher. And so summer is a coming is very exciting. I will say again what I keep saying, for better or for worse. I don't think most people had any idea the amount of stuff I was doing as a director of campus ministry, because my teacher friends are all like, "Oh, are you so overwhelmed?" I'm like, no, not compared to what I was experiencing last year. This like summer gets to be summer, honey. Because summer wasn't summer last summer for me. It was summer a little bit, but we were trying to transition a new campus ministry team. You're trying to hire, you have baccalaureate masters, all these pressure things. Like I'm just going to teach and then go to summer break.
That sounds nice for you.
I have to write a new class. I have a new class, but who cares? That's fine.
That for you.
Oh, me and the kids, and then a week in Ocean Isle. Life is good. Life is good.
That sounds good for you.
Your 42nd birthday, our parents' 50th birthdays, our anniversaries. Very exciting. Exciting things on the horizon when we get back.
Yes, I'm going to Mexico when we get back.
You are going to Mexico the day after we get back. We should not advertise that because people will come and kill me. No, for real. That you cannot ever advertise you're not here. He's not going to Mexico when we get back, guys. He is very much here.
Yes, for
with a gun.
Our 80 listeners
inside of our doorway. No, yes. I don't like that. You're not going to Mexico. You're staying here. We'll talk about that later.
Yes, I'll cancel my plans.
Thank you. No, you can't not tell the people you're going to Mexico and I'm home alone. That is a dumb thing to do.
We have 5 children here.
What are they going to do?
We have knives in the house.
Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. I think that's it. We got to get ready for the long mass today.
We got another hour. Isn't it 12:30?
Yeah, what time is it right now?
11:15.
Okay. We got to get kids up, getting them moving.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the plan. So it'll be a little small hiatus. We'll report back on the boat. We'll pick a day and do our podcast from the boat.
Yes.
I'm sure there'll be lots of pictures. Lots of pictures, reels, stories, all of it.
All of it.
Will there be any balcony chats?
No, I don't do that anymore. I ain't got time for that. Plus, like, kids are on my stuff.
Do you want to describe to people your drinking plan?
I think what we're going to do, we decided, is we're going to bring 2 6-packs
of
seltzer and beer. And then we'll do 1 drink a day. That's fancy. So that should be plenty of alcohol that if I want to drink, I can drink, but I will not be buzzed at any time during this trip.
Which is good for everyone involved.
Everyone involved. It'll be a nice, moderate use of, that's like a good use of alcohol that week. So, but we're not getting any drink packages or anything like that.
No.
And they'll be whole.
The kids looking forward to it.
Kids are very excited.
Meeting. This will be different, Frank, because I think they'll be interacting with some different folks than Carnival.
I think you and I both are. I am sure this is going to be the weirdest vacation because even though Malia doesn't believe it, I think they're going to be really into the stuff that they're doing without us. Like the teen club, like all of this stuff looks so incredible. It's different. Like in Carnival and Royal Caribbean, you get in these little teen clubs or not teen clubs, little kid clubs, and you like sit there, right? And like maybe there's crafts. Like Disney is next level.
Well, we're weird. Like I would say the people who are most likely to do a Disney cruise is a different bunch. So I think the hope is that, there's not like the kids who are annoyed, and there probably will be kids who are annoyed, but I think there'll probably be kids who are also into Disney.
I think we did talk on the podcast too. Carnival was not a good experience for one of our kids in the teen club. It was the only experience we've had of like actual bullying where like
we pushed it though. We could have in terms of the room he was in. So it was a border case, so we decided to push it, which was a mistake.
We put him in an older space,
which was a mistake.
A huge mistake.
And we pulled him back.
But by that point, he had already, this kid came to our room. It's still one of the saddest moments of parenting I've ever had. Like, and he was sobbing and was like, these kids were and they were like what you picture in like a movie. Like imagine like this isn't exactly what happened, like a circle of people laughing at one kid. Like it was bad. And so I'm hoping that this will be good for him too. I still hate that happened to him. I still think that affects him, to be honest, in some ways. I know you think I think more, but that is trauma. Maybe. Like that is trauma to have kids like attack at you. And I think one of the things that you think that I think is true, and you say it in a non-PC way, I'm going to say it in a PC way. I think Disney loving people are a different type of people. Like, I don't think we're going to have like bullies on this. Well, there's brats. I'm not saying there's not brats, but like in general, there's like, it's like rainbows and unicorns, So I think the kids will be maybe a little nicer than some of the kids that were on the Carnival cruise, which these kids were. Ooh.
Yeah.
Oof. Oof.
So.
Okay.
All right.
Let's TTYL.
We will see you guys on the boat.
May the Lord bless and keep you. Happy Holy Week.
Happy Holy Week.
Okay, bye.